And what's good, everyone? Welcome back here once again to Behind the Arc Basketball. Happy Sunday out to you guys. Glad to have everybody out on board for this game, as I'll be covering play-by-play for a pretty good low-key matchup going down here. Usually don't cover American games, but actually got a good one today. Juicy matchup going down. Number 5 ranked Houston taking on undefeated 6-0 SMU, in this game taking place at SMU's home court. Out for this one today, and a really great matchup going down here. Houston just lost their last game against Tulsa. SMU undefeated 2-0 to start out American play at 6-0 overall, and should be a very good game. Sam and Miguel, welcome to the stream. Armando, Ian, glad to have you guys back. George G and Timo, I'm doing pretty well, Armando. Welcome in, everybody, once again for this one. Crazy Sunday going down. A lot of stuff today going down as far as NFL implications for the playoffs and things like that. We'll keep you guys updated throughout today's stream as well for this one. And this game should be pretty good here. So SMU top 45 in the nation when it comes to three-point shooting, and they're going up against a very good perimeter defense with Houston. That right now, for Houston's perimeter defense, ranking top 15 in the nation, guarding the outside. Houston's defense looking solid, giving up less than 56 points per game to their opponents. That's a top 10 defense. And Tulsa in the last game, all they had to do was just score more than them, beat them by one in a tight one, 65-64. Big news today coming out of Houston is that their leading scorer from last season, now a sophomore, Caleb Mills, he announced today that he's stepping away from the program due to personal reasons. So that's a massive loss right there for Houston. Still, this team is very deep team, 10 players averaging 10 minutes or more this season for the Cougars. Armando heard trade rumors here. Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green might get traded. He puts out. We'll have to see here. I know Wiggins has been struggling right from the start this year. Great matchup going on board. SMU, this team loaded with upperclassmen. 3 seniors, 7 juniors on the roster. Last game they won at Temple, 79-71. And they got 4 players now. They have 4 players in that game that scored in double figures, and they got currently 5 players coming into this game averaging over 10 points or more per game this season. So it should be a really great matchup going down. Kendrick Davis, leading scorer for SMU, heading into this one averaging over 19. Going to have his hands full, though, with a former Kansas Jayhawk transfer, Quentin Grimes, as he is the leading scorer, averaging 18.5 coming into this one for the Houston Cougars. As we get ready to tip this one off, this game at SMU, and SMU, as it's going to be basketball here first, and it's going to actually be into the hands of Houston here as they back their way into the post first as we started off. So they go inside, and that's going to be a quick bucket right there for 2 by Houston. So Houston, the red uniforms for this game. SMU going the home whites out for this one. SMU first possession now. Davis moves it back top of the key. It's there at the top of the free throw circle. Pass out right baseline. Kendrick Davis takes the jumper. No good off the mark. Tipped up, and they get the offensive rebound right at the baseline. Moves it back outside. SMU shot fake pass over to the left corner. My first ever time covering SMU on the stream here is they're going to take the turnaround jumper. They hit it. That's good for 2. Ethan Chargo. So tie game here through the first minute. Cougars basketball once again. Brisson Grisham, top of the key, as he will move it into the hands of Justin Gorham. They got multiple weapons here in Houston. Such a deep team. Quentin Grimes moves it back out to Gresham. Gresham hands it off to Sasser. Sasser passes over to the right wing. Bounce pass to Sasser once again, top of the key as he dribbles. Drives inside, floats it up off the back iron. No good. Tipped up rebound by SMU. Second possession now of the game for the Mustangs as they dribble left baseline. Kendrick Davis around the key. Turnaround jumper takes the mid-range and finds its way into the rim. That's good for 2 off the rim into the net right there. What's good, Vince? Welcome onto the stream here, bud. Hope all is going well. 18:20 left to go if you guys are joining us. Great matchup between these two teams. Houston basketball. Dejan Jarreau, jumper. No, that's going to find its way in there. It was off the back iron. Didn't look like it would go through, but that one is good for 2. So tie game up here up at 4. 18 minutes left to go. We just tipped off. Raven, welcome on the stream. SMU has it around the perimeter, and that's going to be Alright, very odd. I'm back, I believe so, right now. Yeah, very odd. My computer just crashed for some reason. I think it's now up or so. So the score is 9-4 here. You guys are just joining me in progress. And SMU just scored a bucket. Yeah, very odd. What's good, Anth? Appreciate Bud for stopping by. So yeah, I think it's up here for everything right now. 16-15 left to go. It's going to be Houston basketball at the left wing perimeter. I had to go control alt escape to get everything back. Yeah, Timo thought his Wi-Fi went down. Very odd. My whole screen just like went black for some reason, and that I had to do like control alt escape to get it back. It hasn't happened to that. It's very odd. 3-point shot, Houston, no good. Rebound back to SMU. Mustangs now have the basketball as they trail by 3 here in this one. Inside the key, they move it back over to the top. Shot fake. Leaves it over around the perimeter. That's going to be another foul picked up. And it's on Houston, looks like, by Marcus Sasser. So trade rumors here for Wiggins. Looks like he can get traded to the Thunder, Hornets, or the Knicks, or possibly another team. Armando puts out. Yeah, he hasn't been off to like a strong start this season. So 9-6 currently the score. We're going to go on our first time out of the game. If you guys are new here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. Bradley here, welcome in, bud. It's okay, no problem, man. We were having trouble with the stream like a couple of moments ago anyway, so you didn't really miss much. Guys, glad to have you if you're out on the stream for the first time here today. Carson, welcome on board, man. On immediate timeout, 15:49 left to go. This game just tipped off. Yeah, that was odd. It never really like froze up on me before. That's weird why I did that. I wasn't sure like what I was supposed to do or so. Good thing I didn't power off actually. Control alt escape. Remember that because that could help out a big time. Like big time with helping out or so is control alt escape if you get into like any problems. It brought up task manager and then it was able to solve that. So right now on the timeout, scoreboard update, college basketball going on. One other top 25 game currently. Minnesota leading Ohio State right now, 69-52, 7.5 minutes left to go. Minnesota looking impressive right now currently as they're going to go 10-2, 3-2 in the Big Ten it looks like if they can hold on against Ohio State. NFL going on today as well. A lot of games in action here today. Some big games going on. Colts looking like they're going to go to the playoffs, 28-14 Indianapolis, and Buffalo able to pick up that win over the Dolphins today, helping out in the Colts' favor there. Buffalo just racking up the points on the board, beating Miami 56-26. And Houston trying to play spoiler here and trying to see if they can put Tennessee in a hot seat right now. 4:30 left to go, fourth quarter. Oh, man. Watch out for Deshaun Watson and Houston trying to play the spoil here in the NFL today. 35-31 Texans up against Tennessee. New Orleans Saints lead it against the Panthers. No surprise, 33-37. And Seahawks took the lead against the Niners, 19-16. Rams up against the Cardinals, 18-7. Chargers lead the Chiefs, 38-21. And also Broncos up against the Raiders, 24-17. Packers exploding on the Bears. Another Green Bay touchdown, 35-16. Aaron Rodgers has 4 of those touchdown passes today, cementing himself as a very well MVP for this season for Aaron Rodgers. In the NBA, a couple close games going on today. Celtics able to beat the Pistons, so split the series for the back-to-back against them. Beat the Pistons today, 122-120, closer than expected. And Jaylen Brown at 32 points. Jason Tatum, 24 points, 12 assists, 8 rebounds. Lakers up at halftime against the Grizzlies, 56-54. And Wizards taking on the Nets. Brooklyn able to lead this one. Close game, though, 71-68. What's good, Vegas? Glad to have you on the stream here, bud. We got back to action. This is a really good matchup between these two teams coming in. SMU's at home, undefeated, taking on a really solid Houston team. So we get back to action here. SMU with the basketball, and they're going to score immediately as that is good for 2 by SMU. Houston has it here at the right wing perimeter for the Cougars. They dribble, drive inside with Justin Gorham over to his teammate as he's going to get fouled, and that will be 2 free throws. So Reggie Shaney shooting 2 coming up at the line. They have so many explosive weapons on this team. What's good, Behind the Arc fan? Welcome on to the stream, bud. Vegas thinks SMU is going to win this. I actually predicted SMU tight game here in this one today. 68-66 was my prediction. Houston had one of their key players step away from the program today. So Caleb Mills, he announced today that he would step away from the program. SMU at the free throw, or Houston at the free throw line missed both of them. Second one, though, they're going to call it back. They said it's a lane violation, so Houston will go right back to the line. Yeah, totally agree, Raven. This SMU team definitely underrated. Jackson, welcome on to the stream here. And that free throw is good. So Houston by 2. SMU ball, 15-15 left to go. Derrick Henry, breaking news, he just reached the 2,000 rushing yard mark. Huge news right there. SMU has it. At the right wing perimeter, Darius McNeil dribbles. Free throw circle back outside into the hands of Chargo. Passes right baseline for the Mustangs as they are double team. Moves it out to the left corner. Ball deflected up in the air. Able to get it back though, and that's going to be a Houston foul picked up around the perimeter. Clock will stop. That one, the personal goes to Quentin Grimes is first. SMU 75-69 for Vegas's prediction here. SMU will get the inbound once again. 14:45 left to go. Mustangs have it at the left baseline. Double team, pass inside, and every single possession a challenge when you go up against the Houston defense. That time, Houston tapped it out of bounds. That was close to an SMU turnover, but SMU will get it back with 6 on the shot clock. So SMU will get the inbound coming up here. 14:37 left to go. Defensive type of game so far. Do I think Texas could win one of its games against Baylor? I will go yes there. I think they're going to split the series. Texas was just so impressive yesterday. Baylor kind of has a similar identity to Kansas, where their bread and butter is the three-point shot, and that's something that Texas will take away from you. But Baylor has way more weapons than Kansas. And also they have a couple good inside players. Kansas just didn't go inside at all. Ohio State getting destroyed. Thanks so much, man, for the update there. 72-55 Minnesota. Going to find their 10th victory of the season. Houston has it inside. Moves it back out. So that's Quentin Grimes. Passes it around the perimeter to the hands of Giroux. Dejan Giroux dribbles. As he's going to move it back right corner. Whoops. Nobody there. Turnover. Houston turns it over. That's uncharacteristic there. Dejan Giroux smiling about that one, too. Just laughing it off. Is no communication on that play right there. Head coach Kelvin Sampson not too happy about that one. SMU gets the basketball. 14 minutes left to go. Mustangs have it now. Hands it off the top of the key. Kendrick Davis floats it up, and that ball is going to get denied. Here goes Houston. 2-on-1 fast break. Grimes drives inside. Big block from behind by SMU. Here goes the Mustangs right back as they will take it. Driving into the lane with a left hand. Got it a fall. That's good for 2. Darius McNeil right there. Great possession. Able to attack coast to coast with a layup. Tie game up at 10 apiece. 13.5 left to go. Houston now has the top of the key. Slows it down with Giroux. Dribbles towards the right wing. Dejan Giroux drives inside. No good. Too high off the glass. Rebound SMU. They can compete. They can play here for the Mustangs. That is one thing for sure. Oh, what a perimeter ball movement right there. But we do have a foul. It's going to be a personal picked up by Quentin Grimes. The clock will stop with 13-16. That was a beauty of a pass if there was no foul on it. That would have been a wide open 3. So, inbound coming up on the court here for SMU. Tie game so far, 10 apiece. SMU passes left baseline, catch and shoot jumper. No good. Off the mark by McNeil. Rebound Houston. Cougars now with the ball. They'll take it past half court. Dejan Giroux. Bounce pass and miscommunication there. Ball's going to result in a turnover here in the backcourt for SMU. Pass up the court here at the right wing. Kendrick Davis now with the basketball. Flings it out to the left wing. Intercepted by Houston with a SMU foul. Yes, Celtics won today. Barely able to get past the Pistons, man. Too close for comfort. But, dude, oh boy, Jaylen Brown has looked so good this season for the Celtics. Another big game today, dropping down 32. Rams in the playoffs there, Ian puts out. Must be happy about that, bud. Able to survive against the Cardinals today. Cardinals dropped to 8-8, 18-7. The final. Rams going to head to 10-6. We got 12:50 left to go. Houston has it. They got pretty good production today from Ojale off the bench, I heard. Houston top of the key, Marcus Sasser. He will dribble right back again at the top. Sasser with the basketball. Bounce pass inside. And able to find it. Not the prettiest possession, but Justin Gorham able to get the hold of his teammate's bobble right there, right behind the defense. Lays it up and in for two. Houston once again up by 2 points. SMU has it, top of the key. Moves it over at the left wing, back to the top to Davis. Davis passes over to the left wing. Once again to the top here to Charles Smith IV. Back outside of Ferron Hunt. He's the one to watch out for. Explosive he can be. Right baseline jumper. SMU no good. Missed off the mark by Yornay, the transfer from Oklahoma State. Rebound Houston. Cougars now have it. Takes it past half court. 11:55 left to go. Right baseline. Houston going to move it back out to the top here to Tremont Mark, as he has made an impact so far as a freshman on the roster. Over to Shed. Jamal Shed has it at the top, and Giroux with the basketball once again now. There's contact in the foul. Clock will stop with 11:40. That's going to be an SMU personal. Yes, Semi Ojale not doing that bad at all behind the arc, fan. Been able to score off the bench. That's always a plus there. Definitely need that. So right now, another timeout here taken in this game. 12-10. Houston by 2. SMU down by 2 here, and both of these teams is act even. 50%, 5 for 10 from the floor to start off in this one. SMU attacking early. Got a couple key buckets early on in this game. Perfect 2 for 2 to start off. But it's been Houston lately by 2 so far. Great game to start off, though. 2 pretty much evenly matched teams in this rate of this one. Only other one top 25 game going on right now currently until Northwestern Michigan tips off in 10 minutes. Minnesota crushing Ohio State by 15, 74-59. The score in that game. Liam Robbins, he transferred over from Drake in the Missouri Valley, the center for Minnesota, and he's got himself a double-double, 26 points, 12 rebounds in that game for Minnesota. So, yeah, talk about a big impressive win once again here Minnesota's going to get for today. Yeah, so crazy implications today in the NFL. Tons of games going down. Looks like the Colts going to beat the Jaguars, so they're in the playoffs. Broncos, Raiders, that game has no meaning, but that game is tied up at 24 anyway. Yeah, I watched the Patriots game today, since if you couldn't tell by my t-shirt, I'm a Patriots fan. Yeah, that was just a terrible game to watch. Just terrible Jets team they faced. They completely left the field uncovered. Like, they did not want to be there whatsoever. That was just an awful game to see. Or so. Scoreboard update for the NBA. Nets up against the Wizards, 71-70. Lakers lead the Grizzlies, 56-54 at the half. Nuggets lead the T-Wolves now, 18-9. Jazz up against the Spurs, 11-10. Celtics won today by 2 against the Pistons, 122-120. The Buffalo Bills, insane, man. 56-26, just poured it on today against the Dolphins. Yeah, they are for real. Buffalo Bills can definitely make the Super Bowl, I feel like. They are the biggest threat to Kansas City out of the East. So Buffalo sealed up the number 2 seed today. And, yeah, they're going to be the biggest threat to take down Kansas City, I believe. They're playing, the best football that they are playing is right now for Buffalo. And they got John Brown back, too. So that adds in another explosive element to their offense. So if we do see an AFC Championship game, man, that's going to be insane. Chiefs versus Bills. Dude, like, there's going to be points flying off the board left and right if that's the AFC Championship, because very well it could be. What's good, Makeel? Welcome on the stream. He is happy about that, dude. Insane. 56-26 today. Buffalo rolled over the Dolphins. We're back into this one, 12-10 the score. Tomorrow I plan on doing one stream. It's going to be West Virginia versus Oklahoma State tomorrow, so one game tomorrow. That's at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Okay, so we're back into this one. Houston now with the basketball. So they have it top of the key, Trayvon Mark. He'll dribble, takes the jumper to left elbow. No good off the back iron. A rebound back to SMU. Ferron Hunt with a board. Pass up the court here to Smith. Moves it back outside to Bandamel now. As we have a fall away from the basketball that's going to be picked up by Houston. Brisson Gresham picks up the personal. Clock will stop with 11:20. So inbound coming up underneath here for SMU. Trailing by 2 in anybody's ball game right now with 11:20 left to go first half. SMU passes the right baseline for Ron Hunt. Moves it back outside to Bandamel. Bandamel will slow it down, 18 on the shot clock. As they dribble towards their right, Darius McNeil passes it towards the left wing now. Into the hands of Hunt. Moves it out, left baseline. Open jumper, they'll take it. No good, rattled out. Missed it by Yornay. Rebound to Houston here. Here goes the Cougars past half court. At the top of the key, Justin Gorham. Moves it out to the left elbow. Trayvon Mark. Jumper, no good. Both these teams settling for deep 2 jumpers. Haven't been able to connect. SMU has it. With a right wing perimeter, Darius McNeil going to pass it off now into the hands of Bandamel. Bandamel dribbles. Moves it back to the left wing. Spots up, takes the 3. Bank. Right there, that's good. SMU hits the triple. They take the lead right there as you open up the bank. Number 4 for SMU, Charles Smith. Also the 4th for Charles Smith, the 4th for number 4. Hits down the 3-point shot, and Houston now trailing by 1 as SMU takes the lead. Houston basketball. 10:15 left to go. Cougars have it at the top. Shed dribbles, drives inside, too high off the glass, tipped up in the air, goes out of bounds. And the refs will say here it's a personal foul as well by SMU as the ball was on its way to tap out of bounds. A late foul call coming up underneath there, and that's going to be by Smith the 4th. So Houston will get the inbound. That is SMU's 5th personal they just picked up. Houston with 4 personal fouls now. 10:08 left to go first half. Houston gets the inbound, takes the 3, and that's good. Knocks it down at the right wing. Cougars take back the lead here, 15-13. 10 minutes left to go first half. Halfway through the first. SMU has it. Left baseline dribble. Drives inside. That one's going to get blocked. Jawan Roberts coming up with a block for the Cougars. Here goes Houston now. Moves back to the top of the key. Spots up, takes a deep 3. No good. From the edge of the SMU logo. Rebound back over to SMU. Mustangs going to pass it over. They'll take a 3. That hits the front rim. Not a good shot selection. Able to get the offensive rebound, though. Big soaring high rebound right there with Ferron Hunt. Hunt now drives inside. Got it. That's good for 2 with a reverse handle layup. 15 even. Yeah, good games for Wild Card Weekend. Definitely, man. They're putting the games on Nickelodeon for a Wild Card Weekend, so quite an interesting decision why they did that. They also get the playoff games on Freeform too. So NFL is just opening it up to like crazy like unimaginable things that we would think about for like streaming services and networks that they're on. They did Amazon Prime a week ago for the 49ers game, and just it's interesting what they're doing. Put a game on Nickelodeon though. Like that makes like no sense. 9:10 left to go. So we got Rams, Seahawks, Steelers versus the Browns, and likely Tennessee versus Buffalo. These are very good matchups. Houston going to come up with a steal. Shot got blocked underneath, but they're going to get the basketball back. Shovels it out to Gresham, and the post, that's good for 2. So Houston by 2. Yeah, I can only imagine there, Ian. Not a whole lot of people have Amazon Prime, so people are trying to find that game. And SMU turns it over. Terrible pass goes into the backcourt, and it goes out of bounds as well. So it's going to go back to Houston. Houston leads it here. 2-point lead. 8:38 left to go. That is SMU's 6th turnover in the first half. The Colts have won against the Jaguars, so they're in the playoffs. 28-14, the final. It's going to be Houston basketball turnaround jumper. That one gets blocked all the way up and goes right back over to SMU. Here goes the Mustangs. Kendrick Davis, pass outside. They're going to take a 3. They hit it. Lead change. SMU by 1. That is good by Ethan Chargo. Houston has it back. 8 minutes left to go. Cougars at the top of the key. They'll take a jumper. That's good for 2. Deep 2 by Marcus Sasser. Hits it. 19-18 the score. Good one so far. Under 8 minutes left to go before halftime. This game moving by fast so far. SMU has it. Takes it past half court. Mustangs dribble drive inside. Shot fake puts it up. That's going to be a blocking foul. Personal picked up by Marcus Sasser. That's going to be 2 free throws here at the line by Houston after we get to the timeout. Going to media timeout with 7:39 left to go. Alright, so back on the timeout once again. Great game. Living up to its hype so far between these two teams out in the American. Very good battle going down today. And as far as Houston in this one, leading the way, Dejan Giroux, 3 for 5, hit a 3-point shot, got himself 7 points for SMU. 7 points leading the way, Ethan Chargo. Perfect 3 for 3 from the floor, 1 for 1 from the perimeter. So just great matchup off the bat between these two teams. If you guys are new, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Welcome all on the stream today. Tomorrow should be a really good matchup as well, I plan on doing. Just one game for tomorrow, but cannot wait to see Cade Cunningham once again. It's going to be Oklahoma State taking on West Virginia, so we'll see how that one goes, and I think Oklahoma State definitely has potential to pull away with a victory there. It's this part of the season that sometimes you can get some roster changes here and there, and that's what's happened here, especially with these two teams heading into this game. Their rosters look a little bit different this season for Houston and SMU, and some of the top players that they expected to come back didn't come back, but these two teams definitely holding their own this season. And Caleb Mills, sophomore guard, big news today coming out from Houston is that he announced that he was stepping away from the program. He happened to be the leading scorer from last season's team, and he's only a sophomore, and that is just a huge hit there for Houston. But still, they're a very deep team. They got 10 players in the roster averaging over 10 minutes or more, so this team, they play great rotations with the Cougars, and they got so many defenders out there that can defend. And still, that's a major loss, though. For SMU, they're without their leading scorer from last season, too. Tyson Jolly, a senior, who he is out. He hasn't even played a single game this year due to personal reasons, and he averaged around 14.5 last season. And he has yet to play a single game this year, but players have stepped up in a huge way so far for SMU. But this is the first test here for the Mustangs to see like how legit this team is, and currently holding their own at home against Houston. And a very loaded upperclassman type of team here for the Mustangs. College basketball score goes final here. Minnesota wins it over Ohio State, 77-60 the final. Watch out, Minnesota. Northwestern taking on Michigan in a little bit. We'll keep you guys updated with that one. Yeah, I heard that today, Vegas. Browns barely made it past the Steelers today. Yeah, Rhode Island barely made it past St. Joseph's today. URI was down by 3 with 5 seconds left to go. They tied it up. They sent it into overtime, and URI won a winless St. Joseph's team in overtime at Kingston. It's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. They're 5-5 somehow now for URI. What's good, Jason? Welcome in the stream here, man. Dude, impressive yesterday for Dante Allen, brother. Might have found something. Found their second perimeter threat there. Spud Spider, welcome to the stream here. He's taking SMU for the upset. Same with me, man. I'm taking SMU 68-66 for my prediction. So SMU here at the free throw line. First free throw, that's good, by Kendrick Davis. This game's tied up at 19. Very good game going on so far here. SMU low-key solid this season and hanging in right now against the number 5 ranked team. That shot no good at the free throw line. Rebound Houston, so tie game still. Houston will take it past half court. Dejan Jarreau dribbles towards the right wing perimeter. Looks to pass it, he does, into the hands of Mark. Tremont Mark spots up, takes the 3 off the back iron, and big, tall, leaping rebound by SMU as they'll grab it by Davis. Davis moves it outside. Bandamel shoots a 3-point shot off the mark. No good. Tipped up in the air. Pinwheels around. Houston comes out with a defensive rebound. Cougars have it, approaching 7 left remaining. Houston going to take it now to the right elbow. Pass over to Jarrell. Feeds it inside. That's a big slam for 2. Brisson Gresham throws it down. 21-19 Houston. SMU is right in this game. They've been in this one all day long so far. Under 7 left to go before halftime. It's been like a 2-point deficit for SMU throughout like most of this. 2-point tie, 2-point tie. They've taken it a couple times, and then right there, inopportune moment for SMU, they just turned it over. Sloppy with the basketball as they passed it to the right corner perimeter, and SMU just left that ball off their fingertips right there at the corner, and it went out of bounds. What's good, Razorbacks? Roll, welcome to the stream once again. He's taking Houston by 11 in this one. Ian's got Houston by 10 out in this game. So turnover SMU leads to Houston here with the basketball. Houston has it at the top, puts it into the hands of Gorham. Gorham moves it back outside the mark, puts it at the left baseline here. Man, Houston trying to see if they can play spoiler in the Tennessee. It looks like jumper no good by Houston. A rebound back to SMU. Always watch out for the Texans. Turnaround jumper. No good by SMU. Yeah, no wonder why nobody's out on the stream right now. We'll probably have more people later after the Texans game, probably, if people are Houston fans out here. Everybody from Texas probably paying attention to that right now. SMU has it, dribbles, floats it up over the top in Houston basketball now. As Houston will have it, turns the corner, drives inside. Going to go for the fadeaway now. That's good for 2. Knocked down right there, 23-19. 5:50 left to go. So 23-19 the score here. Ronnie, welcome to the stream, bud. How do I feel about the over and under for this one? We got 136 for under here. I'd probably go under right now in this game. It's been like the defense is showing up so far. 23-19. Houston takes the 3, no good off the mark. Yeah, I would go under for this one right now. We got 5:20 left to go. Razorbacks roll got Tennessee winning by a field goal, 41-38 for his prediction. Yeah, my prediction, I had I had SMU winning this game 68-66, and that's the under 134. I think it's going to go, because the over-under set at 136, I think it's going to go even more or less than 134, even though it's set at 136. So free throws to the line, SMU good there at the line. Both of these teams started out strong from the floor. First couple possessions. Now it's just the defense is taking over currently. Both these teams at 40% from the floor, and Houston, what they're known for is their defense, and that's what's going to keep them throughout this game. So this game could very well end up with a final score like in the 50s, like high 50s to like low 60s. That free throw is good by SMU, so now it's a 2-point game. 23-21, approaching 5 minutes left to go here. Houston basketball as they will go inside. That's going to be a shot block denial there by SMU. As that will be by JC there with a block, and there was contact underneath too. The refs blow the whistle here. The clock will stop with just under 5 minutes. Oh, SMU with JC had a block, but he stepped out of bounds with it. So it's going to go back over to Houston. So JC had a block, but he was at the baseline. Houston flings it over left baseline. Into the hands of Gorham. Backs his way in there. Hook shot. That one hits the front rim. Tipped up in the air. Yeah, this is like a grinded out defensive game right now. SMU comes up with the rebounds. Here goes the Mustangs. Left baseline dribble. Davis. Dribbles now around the perimeter. Drives, floats it up. Gets it for two. A hard fought bucket. This Houston defense is tough. They're throwing double teams all over the place on the SMU offensive ball handler so far in this game. 6 ties, 6 lead changes. Largest lead has only been Houston by 5. SMU has been throughout most of this one down by 2 or tied it up. Houston with the basketball. Pro hop inside. Going to float up left baseline off the side of the rim. No good. They're going to get the offensive rebound and they'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Justin Gorham gets fouled, so he's going to shoot 2 free throws. Personal picked up here by SMU by Isaiah JC. And that is SMU's 6th personal foul currently. If anybody's new to the stream out here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that sub. Great game between these two teams currently right now. 4:25 left to go. Low scoring game. It's been the defenses that's been the battle so far. SMU came into this one top 45 in the nation in 3-point shooting percentage, going up against Houston's defense here, who has got a top 15 defense and defending the perimeter. Who is the deep bench? I would take Houston in that for the deep bench. SMU's got like a ton of experience. Yeah, they've got 3 seniors, 7 juniors in the roster for SMU, but Houston's bench is the one. They have multiple players produced here for Houston. First free throw good by Houston. Second one off the mark, no good. Rebound back to SMU. 4:20 left to go. This is a statement game as far as getting into the tournament. This one helps out if you're SMU. This is your best quality matchup you'll have throughout the rest of the season. SMU passes right corner wide open. They'll take a 3, and that hits the rim short. They do get the offensive rebound, and they put it up and in off the glass. Darius McNeil missed it, but right there, right place, right time for 2. As that is good by Yor Ane for SMU as they take the lead. 3:45 left to go. Houston basketball. Pass underneath. As Houston going to put it up. That one gets blocked by Yor Ane. But Houston will get it right back. Dribbles around the perimeter. Puts the ball into the hands of Giroux as he's going to set it up with 6 on the shot clock. Giroux double teams. Pass inside now. Deflected. Stolen away by the Mustangs here. Pass up the court. Gets stolen right back here by Houston. Here they go. 2-on-1. Lob over the top. Alley-oop. Jam denied. And SMU going to get called for the blocking foul. Hard contact there by SMU as they get called for the blocking foul. And Houston will go to the free throw line shoot 2. What's good there, Bill? Appreciate the bud for stopping them by. He has SMU plus 2.5 in this one. I think this game's going to be really close. I would definitely say if you bet on over-under stuff, take the under right now for this one. This game is turning out to be like a defensive slugfest going on. 25-24 to score. As we're going to go on a timeout currently. It's going to be 2 free throws to the line coming up by Houston. And that was SMU's 7th personal. So yeah, this is the first legitimate game here for SMU all season long. They take on number 5 nationally ranked Houston, and this is a chance for them to see if they can prove it and make it to the tournament. Next time they take on Houston is the last day this month. So they opened up 2021 with Houston, and then they closed out the month of January. Sunday, January 31st, they closed it out on the road at Houston. 1 o'clock in the afternoon over on ESPN. So this is SMU's biggest contest so far this season. Usually you got other teams that in the American, they can possibly be ranked this year, but I'm not sure if that's going to be happening this season. Cincinnati's been really disappointing. Cincinnati's 2-6 in jeopardy of missing their first ever NCAA tournament in 10 years. Then you got Memphis, who has also been a disappointment this season, losing to Tulsa, almost lost to South Florida. Memphis lost to Auburn as well, and lost to Central Florida. And Central Florida's been sneaky good this season for UCF. And usually Wichita State from the past has made it in as being a ranked top 25 team. But Wichita State in a huge rebuild this year. They had 6 players transfer in the offseason. So Bill won Minnesota. Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. Bad day yesterday. Yeah, I was... I tried to help you out with that, but I was honestly shocked. Like, a lot of those games, man, from yesterday. There were so many shockers yesterday. I couldn't believe it. What's good, Landon? Welcome onto the stream here, bud. Kentucky Lady Cats here for the women's team. Got another win today over a top 15 team, so Landon excited about that. Yeah, crazy day yesterday for college hoops. Like, a lot of the games they honestly thought that could have gone the other way went the opposite or so. Like, I thought the New Hampshire would have creamed Maine yesterday. These back-to-back games, they're very odd, because Duquesne yesterday, they took on George Washington. Duquesne won that game, and then today, Duquesne played George Washington again. They were the victim of a back-to-back loss, so Duquesne lost today. So, not a whole lot of teams out in the Atlantic 10 right now helping out their cause to make the tournament. VCU is improving their stock, but they haven't played anybody that's really good, and they're supposed to be in a rebuild. But all it is St. Louis right now and Richmond currently. I can't believe that Rhode Island almost lost today against St. Joseph's. Like, that game was at home at Rhode Island. They had a just big time reality check type of game there. But yeah, for the games I definitely would have imagined that teams would have won. They just didn't happen yesterday. Like, I thought that Arizona would have creamed Washington State, but I guess everybody has to be taking Washington State now seriously. They're 8-1 for Washington State. They almost won against Arizona yesterday, went into overtime, and just crazy games going on all over the map lately. I would have never imagined Tennessee to lose yesterday against Alabama, but it did. So Alabama on the roll. We'll see what they can do Tuesday against Florida. I plan on covering that one as well. Dominant Hawk, welcome onto the stream here, bud. Loves my setup. Appreciate it, man. Glad to have you stop on by. Yeah, definitely agree, Landon. They found another perimeter threat, so Kentucky needs sharp shooting there, and they got one with Davion Mintz. Now they might have found another gem yesterday with Dante Allen. That could have very well been his breakout game. It just came a little bit too... It came later in the season. But at least it didn't come in February for Kentucky. That's the thing. It came in the first game of 2021. So they got to build off that now. Because Kansas found their breakout star against Kentucky in the second half. That's why they were able to come from behind by 13. Jalen Wilson, who I just didn't have on my radar this year, and he broke out, and ever since it's been history for him with more playing time. Yeah, Alabama, Ian, and Ole Miss messed up his parlay yesterday. He hit 7 to 9 of them, though. That's pretty good. Welcome on the stream here. We just got back from a timeout. 25-24 to score. SMU at the free throw line shooting 2. First one missed by... It's Houston at the free throw line shooting 2. First one they had it missed, but second one good by Justin Gorham. Tied up at 25. Wow, Tennessee won on a field goal against Houston. That is huge there for Tennessee, so they go into the playoffs. 3 minutes left to go, SMU basketball. Shot fake, Kendrick Davis moves it back outside. Chargo going to take the 3 off the mark. They get the offensive rebound into the hands of Ferron Hunt, though. Moves it back to the left corner. SMU takes it. They hit it right there. Kendrick Davis knocks down a triple. Mustangs by 3. Welcome in, Roger. Glad to have you in the stream here, bud. Yep, Giants won and Patriots won. Big Ben, sorry he didn't play today. He didn't even make the trip today for that one. Almost won against Cleveland, though. And here goes the steal. SMU steals away the basketball, floats it off the top of the backboard so his teammate can trail. And Ferron Hunt, so explosive, gets the trail right from behind and throws it down right there with a two-handed flush off the glass. So SMU leads it by 5 now, 30-25. Pretty play right there off the steal by Ethan Chargo. And he knew a defender was right in his track, so he did exactly what he could do. Great vision, floated it up and floated off the glass so his teammate Ferron Hunt could trail from behind and jam it down. Yeah, totally agree there, Ian. There was not no like no momentum rolling yesterday for Tennessee in that one. Like they just were so out of rhythm yesterday. They were settling for way too many deep jumpers or so. And Alabama did a great job as far as them like defending inside against Tennessee, because Tennessee just kept on going for deep twos, and Alabama stopped them from getting inside. And total difference, like what a year makes. Like Alabama was terrible last year as far as their defense, and they just made a really big adjustments here this season, and looking solid right now. Yeah, I plan on taking Thursday and Friday off, Ian, like I did 2 years ago. So I plan on doing streams on a Thursday and Friday for the March Madness for you guys. Oh, sorry to hear that, Roger. Hopefully you'll come back stronger than ever, bud. 2:14 left to go. SMU looking good now. Houston with the basketball out of the timeout. They have it at the right corner perimeter. Spin move. Inside off the dribble. Pass underneath, as that's going to be good for 2 by Tremont Mark. 3-point game. SMU basketball here under 2 left to go. SMU has in the key, moves it back outside. Shot fake, dribble, drive, and that's going to be a foul call, though. It will be on the Mustangs. That's going to be their 8th personals. That's going to be an offensive foul here by Bandamel. The clock will stop with 1:53. So both of these teams currently now in the bonus as well. SMU with 8 personals, Houston with 8 personal fouls. Houston now with the basketball, 1:40 left to go before halftime. Cougars shuffled out, right wing 3, they take it, and they hit it. It's a big triple by Houston right there. 3rd of the game, going down from the outside to tie it up at 30 even. Houston got red hot. The first game I covered this year against Texas Tech, they were hitting everything to start out, and so far, they've made 3 3-point shots in this one. So SMU has it now. Takes a 3 at the left corner. SMU off the mark, no good. And they are 3 for 10 currently. Rebound Houston. What's good, Kevin? Welcome on to the stream here, bud. I'm doing pretty well here. This has been a great game so far. A lot of people sleeping on SMU, and SMU can definitely improve their resume today. This is the highest quality matchup they'll have all season long until March Madness when they get one. If they do get into March Madness, this is a huge one towards their tournament resume. Houston takes the 3, missed it off the mark, and there's a held ball tie up on the court. As the clock will stop here with 53.7 left to go before halftime, and possession hour will go to SMU ball. Yep, 10 more Sundays to Selection Sunday, man. Dude, time just flies by. It's incredible here. Vegas Casino is the place for March Madness for Ian out there. Been 11 years since 2017. Still haven't experienced a March Madness, but craziest betting day of the year, absolutely for sure. Yeah, probably would have been better. Probably better for you, Ian, that there wasn't any March Madness last year, because USC probably would have been in the same exact spot. Like, I think going into the week of conference tournaments last year before the tournament was canceled, USC was in the exact spot they were in 2018. Like, they were either out of the tournament or in. They were looking like they were going to be like the last team in or the first team out. And same as Stanford, I remember last year. And these tournament resumes are going to be crazy as far as how they go. As that's going to be a drive by SMU into the lane, and that's good for 2. They get fouled as well, so 1 free throw coming up at the line, and Kendrick Davis hits it. SMU by 3 here, 33-30 with 44 seconds left to go. What's good, Sam and Miguel? Welcome onto the stream here, man. Under 40 seconds left remaining. Houston basketball takes it past half court. We do have an SMU foul, though. Kendrick Davis picks up a foul, and that's going to send Houston right back to the free throw line. So Davis picks up his first. Davis looking good right now, leading scorer with 13 for SMU. Houston with no players here with double figures so far. 7 points, the leading scorer by Dejan Jarreau. 35.8 left to go. If you guys are new, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and appreciate it all for stopping them by here on Behind Eric Basketball. 1-1 bonus. First one's good by Houston. Yeah, totally agree with you there, Ian. They definitely made some noise. I think this is a time definitely for the resumes. This is where they base it off of, is like big time conference play. If your team's getting better and better, and I bet you there's gonna be some of these teams in the top 25 that don't even make it into the tournament. Like they're gonna drop from being in the top 25 now this week, the first week of January. Some of these teams are in jeopardy of missing out on the tournament this season. I feel like that's how just like how random this season has been. So 33-32, SMU has it. 10 on the shot clock, 5-second differential shot clock and game clock. 1 point SMU lead. Pass over to Chargo, open three, takes it, no good. Offensive rebound, SMU has it. Dribbles back out over to Chargo, got to shoot it up, and he didn't realize late after the shot clock. Terrible possession there by the Mustangs, and we go into halftime. He lost sight of the shot clock right there as it expired. So SMU up by 1, but a great game here in this one. Very good game. SMU holding their own right now against the number 5 team nationally, but Houston will fall this week in the poll with that 1 point loss against Tulsa early back this week. Kevin, pretty sure he's going to move to 2-0 in the mod squad here for the NBA Fantasy. Looking good. That's great, man. Yeah, Kentucky landed puts out needs Dante Allen to start over Brandon Boston. Dante Allen can show him the way. That's impressive from yesterday. They were lacking that perimeter shot, and the thing about BJ Boston is he just tries to be the hero, and he's got to realize that he's not the hero. That's the thing. Coming out of high school, being a top 10 recruit, and he just hasn't been able to connect from 3. It's just been a way off year this year for him. What's good, Quincy Bell? Appreciate the bud for stopping by. This game's over on ESPN2. Welcome to the stream, brother. So right now we're just at halftime, guys, out in this one. Great game. SMU really holding their own so far. Perfect 6-0 on the season. This team's got upperclassmen leadership all over the map here for SMU. 3 seniors, 7 juniors. And going up against a very deep Houston team here, which came into this game top 15 defending the perimeter and top 10 defense this season as well. As we get games rolling on today, we're going to see what's going on. Minnesota, very impressive victory over Ohio State. 77-60. Minnesota keeps on moving up in the rankings. Michigan, I covered them back on New Year's Eve. Michigan up against Northwestern 15-10. Oh, that's good for Olivier Sarr there, man. Great to see he's finally putting the pieces together. So 14-12 yesterday. That's good for him, man. Glad to have you on the stream here, Quincy Bell. Appreciate the bud for stopping by. So he's got bracketology here. He's got SMU as a 6 seed and Houston as a 4. He's got. I haven't done like bracketology yet or so, but I'd probably go right now. I'd probably take Houston. Yeah, probably Houston as like a 3 or so if I had to go there right now, and I go probably SMU currently as like a 7. Yeah, Minnesota incredible so far this year. So they got their 10th win of the year. This backcourt stacked. And also they got a great center with Liam Robbins. So he was the key today to victory. He got 27 and 14. Man, St. Bonaventure against Richmond there with a buzzer beater. That's crazy. Richmond able to survive that game. And St. Bonaventure's played 2 tough games in the conference so far. They're much better than what people expect for St. Bonaventure. They haven't played many games. They're going to get much better throughout the season. And they started out late coming out of quarantine. What's good, Ryan? Appreciate the bud for stopping on by. Alright, so right now we're just at halftime, everyone. Into this one. Glad to have you guys out on the channel on board here. Very good game that SMU has been able to be up in this one. Despite turnovers, a lot of them uncharacteristic in the first half, that they had a backcourt violation and also had a couple bobble balls that they lost around the perimeter that they turned it over 9 times so far by SMU. But it's led to Kendrick Davis leading the way with 13 so far this season. Yeah, Landon puts out, Kentucky has to keep winning SEC games to get quality wins against Tennessee, Missouri, Arkansas. Definitely, man. And Texas, that's the big one. If Kentucky's able to beat Texas in that SEC Big 12 Challenge, that victory is going to go a long way right there. So, yeah, I think now for Kentucky to make the tournament, I think it's going to be like 15-3 around that mark or so in the conference. And what they got to avoid is games like Texas A&M, Vanderbilt, like losing to those types of teams right there. Best March Madness ever. It's going to be a great one. Ryan puts out Dayton needs Richmond and St. Louis to lose games, so he will take it right there. Yeah, A10, it's going to be interesting to just see how this all sorts out in the A10 throughout the next 2 months. St. Louis looks like by far the best team, and now we're kind of figuring out that Minnesota is a really good team, that they can score a ton of points, and that's what we're figuring out right now. They're better than what a lot of people thought going into the season. A bunch of people slept on Minnesota. Yeah, I remember that. That's insane there. Jesperson at the buzzer. Northern Iowa shot was crazy. That was against Texas, and then they also played in that game. Yep, Alex Caruso in Texas A&M in the comeback there. That was insane. So Northern Iowa, they've always been like playing in those types of games in the tournament. They've always had. Yep. Yeah, I totally agree there, Quincy Bell. Yeah, I saw, yep, I was watching the Patriots game today. Jacoby Myers used to be a quarterback in college, and that's a good way for Cam to close it out. So, yeah, it was announced today that Cam would not be returning back to the Patriots. And, yeah, I think it's definitely time to move on by now. I think that they should have given the final month, because they were basically out of the playoff chase. They should have gave that to Jarrett Stidham to see how he could have done there. And then, but it's just a good way for Cam Newton to walk out that he had a game with 4 touchdowns today. Yes, I agree there, Ryan. So I'm going to go Michigan as well today over Northwestern. Michigan is really balanced with their team, and when I called them back on New Year's Eve, it was 2 of their key players, Isaiah Livers and also Shawnee Brown. Both of those players didn't go off in that game, and they got a ton of production out of other players just showing up there. And it's Hunter Dickinson was one of the key players. That man, he torched Maryland in the post in that last game. Just bad matchup for Maryland, because they don't really have like an established big in their roster, and that was the matchup for Michigan to go for. Yeah, there was a couple tournament games that Northern Iowa was in. One of them was Northern Iowa against Texas, and then I think the following year they played against Texas A&M. So it always seems like Northern Iowa, because of the regions they set up, Northern Iowa seems like they play against the Big 12 team like every single year or so at some point in the tournament. And then yeah, back in 2010 for Rokeman-ish with a shot. I remember that one with when they upset Kansas as the 9 seed for Northern Iowa. Actually, I think Ally for Rokeman-ish, the one that hit the shot with Are You Serious? I think he's like an assistant coach over at Colorado State now, which Colorado State yesterday, I was watching a little bit of that game. They were trailing like big time, and I think it was like 36-12 they were down. Dude, Colorado State came back and they won against San Diego State yesterday. The massive comeback they had at the end of the first half. Yeah, so Browns in the playoffs. So now we got playoff games going down. This should get interesting. They're putting the playoff games over on Nickelodeon, it looks like. Baltimore versus Tennessee. That definitely, man, that's gonna be a great game. A lot of great wild card games, I bet you for sure. Yep, Michigan got Minnesota on Wednesday. That's a great game too there. Let's see, so many great matchups. Very good matchups going down, like lately. Yeah, Nickelodeon's doing the NFL games, Freeform's doing NFL games. It's a totally different world. They put games on Amazon Prime. It's the NFL with all these contracts, I guess, that they have, like, with, like, corporate sponsors and stuff that they've extended it to, probably. Yeah, Northern Iowa's not looking good at all this year. Their best player got injured. He's done for the season. I actually had them as, like, a top 45 team to start off the year, like one of the last teams in the top 45. That was if their best player remained healthy, which he's done for the year now. He got injured, and yeah, I was way off on that one. I think they're like 2-6 for Northern Iowa right now. They lost 2 games straight to Evansville, so that says a lot right there. And Evansville sweeped Northern Iowa this weekend. Am I going to cover Rutgers, Michigan State? Yes, I plan on covering that one. That's on Tuesday. So yeah, upcoming schedule of streams. Tomorrow night I'll be back. One game, Oklahoma State taking on West Virginia. Tuesday night, I think it's going to be a doubleheader. Alabama, Florida at 7. It would be, and then Michigan State, Rutgers at 9 after that. On Wednesday, it's going to be the NBA. It's going to be Celtics versus Heat on Wednesday. And maybe, depending on what the score is, I might join in progress for the second half between Baylor versus Oklahoma after the Celtics game if that game is close somehow. I think that Baylor, though, is gonna be able to get right back on track and probably beat Oklahoma by around 18-20 in that one, though. Oklahoma really struggling to guard the perimeter, and that's what Baylor's bread and butter is they have multiple players that can shoot the three and knock down shots. They're just such a deep team. Yeah, Evansville swept Northern Iowa this weekend. So Northern Iowa, they're going to have to win the Missouri Valley in order to get in. Yeah, Maine kept New Hampshire close again. So they split the series at 1. Yeah, Drake right now is undefeated. 11-0 there for Drake. Looking like they could run away with the Valley. Quincy puts out. Yeah, I'm interested to see how Drake does against some of the top tier teams that I projected for the Valley. Northern Iowa, they're gonna run into for Drake, and Northern Iowa's got an upperclassman roster they have. There's some pretty good low key teams out there in that conference. Southern Illinois, they're 7-2. Yeah, Drake's 12-0. They just beat Southern Illinois today. Wow. So they got Southern Illinois, Northern Iowa, or Southern Illinois, Loyola Chicago. They got right after that, and then they got Missouri State, and Missouri State, I believe, is pretty good too. Those are some really good competition they got. But Drake's still undefeated in the conference. They're 3-0. So that's very impressive. Yeah, so, yep, I just saw that. So Jackson puts out, yep, 12-0 for Jake beating Southern Illinois today. Oh, man, Joe Buck called the Giants game. Oof. Oh, man. Michigan up against Northwestern currently 23-16, the score there. The NBA right now, Lakers up against the Grizzlies, 92-85. LeBron with a double-double, 19 points, 12 rebounds. The Washington Wizards leading the Brooklyn Nets here, 103-101. And then with a couple other matchups, Jazz up at the Spurs at halftime. Utah leads that one 65-51. Nuggets over the T-Wolves at halftime here, 55-48. When will Drake be ranked? It could take, yeah, it could take quite some time or so because it's going to have to result in teams keep on losing games out in front of them. And they're just going to have to keep on, winning games. Because last year, Stephen F. Austin, they ran the table in their conference, and they didn't even get ranked. So if Drake can keep it up or so, if they can reach probably around like 20 wins or so. They should definitely be able to receive recognition of that for Drake. They just gotta keep on staying undefeated. And past this month of January, they play like the top teams in the conference: Loyola Chicago, Missouri State. They got one more game against Southern Illinois, who's looking pretty good too in the conference. Southern Illinois beat Butler. I know Butler's having a down year with a young backcourt, but still, that's always a you can always take that as a W right there with a mid-major able to top off a power conference team. The only thing about Drake is that they only have one win against the power conference team, and it doesn't help what that win was against, because they beat Kansas State by 10, and yeah, that's not going to help you out with getting ranked when you look at Kansas State's resume and they lost to a Division II school. What's good, Wendy Chavez? Welcome onto the stream here. Appreciate it for stopping on by. If you guys are new out here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well if you like to be notified about future play-by-play live streams. I cover college basketball games, also NBA games here on Behind the Arc Basketball. I don't cover much American games here, but actually they're on TV when not a whole lot of games are going on today. So this is like a first time covering American in quite a while. So I did cover Houston when they took on Texas Tech. So second time covering Houston. First ever time streaming SMU on the channel. So this is good right here. Able to get another team out here. The SMU loaded upperclassmen roster, and they are looking good right now so far. Up by 1 at halftime, and doing it with their leading scorer, Kendrick Davis. 13 points for him in 17 minutes, and he is also 4 for 5 from the floor, making the most out of it against a very difficult, challenging Houston defense that can guard and can defend at a high level. Yep, Kansas State, a disgrace to the Big 12. They need to be demoted. Yep. Yeah, Fordham is just, I don't even know why Fordham's in the A-10 right now. They got obliterated a couple of days ago by George Washington. They got to go to the Patriot League. Because Fordham at this rate, they wouldn't even be winning games. They get pounded anyway against Colgate and Boston University. They'd be making it closer games against Holy Cross at this point if they went to the Patriot League instead of losing like every single A-10 game by like 25, 30, 35 or so. As we get back here to the action second half. What's good, Will? Welcome onto the stream here, bud. Houston takes the three-point shot. That's good straight away to start off. Great start for the Cougars. SMU takes up the court. They turn it over, though. Houston gets it right back, takes another three. Off the mark by Grimes, tipped up, rebound by SMU. So Houston started out great in that game against Texas Tech from the perimeter. That's why they were able to get up to a big lead. But today, from the outside, just 4 for 10. SMU moves it around the perimeter. 19-15 left to go. As they dribble at the right wing into the hands of Davis. Passes right baseline over to Bandamel. Feeds it inside underneath. And that one behind the back layup. No good by JC. That was not a good look at all. Rebound back to Houston. Cougars have it out in transition. Over to Giroux. Top of the key. Under 19 left remaining here. Second half. Giroux going to drive. Dish out to the left corner. Spots up. Open. Three. Cannot get any more open than that. Houston takes it. Houston hits it. Right out of the timeout. Kelvin Sampson here. Right after halftime. Kelvin Sampson really adjusting. And this is part of a 6-zip run off of 2 3-point shots made by Houston. So quick timeout taken right now. Right out of the gate. 18:42 left to go as SMU takes a timeout. They got 2 left. Houston got 3 timeouts remaining. Yep, Drake is 12-0. And, yeah, Dayton plays Fordham. That should be an easy W. Should definitely beat them by, like, 25-30. Who wins the Southern Conference? I would probably go Furman there for the Southern Conference. I don't even think Furman's been to the NCAA tournament. I'm going to check that and see. Or maybe they've been once. Let's see. Oh, yeah, they have. Way back. So, yeah, Furman hasn't been to the tournament since 1980. So, they have been there, but they haven't been there since the 1980s. So, yeah, that's why I've never remembered Furman in the tournament. They could very well have a good chance, though. Furman right now is, okay, they're 8-3, and they almost completed a comeback against Alabama. And they got ranked. They got ranked a couple years ago for beating Villanova 2 years ago. Early in non-conference play. So this Furman team, they're due for an NCAA tournament appearance. Last 3 seasons before this, they had 10 losses, 8 losses, 7 losses, and they were putting together records of 23-10, 25-8, 25-7. This year, out to a 8-3 record. Yeah, Tennessee Chattanooga had a great start at 9-0. They're probably I'm used to seeing Tennessee Chattanooga in the bracket. They're usually there. As of late, though, it's been like East Tennessee, but then their head coach went to Wake Forest, so East Tennessee now is in like a big rebuild now. So Roger here needs to cheer for the Eagles so the Giants can make it to the playoffs. Fly, Eagles, fly. He puts reach for the sky. Oh, man, it's just crazy season. Anything could happen here. It goes down on Sunday Night Football today. So the football team, everything gets determined by how the football team plays today. Cannot believe that the 2020 football season into the first week of 2021 gets decided by that. NBA scoreboard update. Wizards still up against the Brooklyn Nets now. 110-107 with 5.5 left to go. Lakers extending that lead against the Grizzlies, 105-90. Nuggets up against the T-Wolves at halftime, 55-48. Jazz lead the Spurs, 65-51 at halftime. And also in college basketball here, Michigan leading Northwestern 28-21. So we are back to action, 18:40 left to go. SMU has not scored here in the second half, part of a 6-zip run to start off here by Houston. It's SMU basketball, right baseline, dribble, driving to the bucket. That one's going to get blocked by Houston. Houston making the adjustments, turn up here for the second half. 18:30 left to go as they get the block, and now they get the basketball. Sasser puts the ball into the hands of Giroux. Yeah, they were down 5 now by SMU, just hasn't been able to score. And Houston able to get buckets just like that. Quentin Grimes takes it in for an easy layup as he cuts straight into the lane for 2. SMU's defense hadn't done that today, allowing Houston that easy of a bucket like that. 18 minutes left to go. SMU basketball. Top of the key. Kendrick Davis now has the ball. Moves it out to the right wing. Chargo turns it over. Ouch for SMU. They just have been held scoreless here for the past 3 minutes. Houston has it. So the first time a team has been able to get on a run in this game. It's been back and forth, back and forth. Grimes takes the 3. No good offensive rebounds. Houston gets it. Shot gets blocked, though, and Houston going to get it right back. Cougars have it at the left corner. Double team. Going to set it up. Pass to the top of the key with Giroux. Over to Grimes. Right baseline dribble. Shot fake. Able to get around. One player gets fouled from behind, and Quentin Grimes will go to the free throw line, shoot 2. Personal foul picked up by Yor Ane here of SMU. That's his second personal. Yeah, one of the worst conference records is the Southwestern Atlantic. Yeah, for the SWAC, they don't have any team at over 500. Yeah, they play like the SWAC and the MEAC. Those two conferences there, the two HBCU conferences, they usually like stack up on their non-conference schedule and put like a bunch of like power conference teams in there. Because if they put like power conference teams, they get deals with the TV networks for those games, and then the power conference teams they get paid for going over there and make money from that and stuff. So yeah, those teams they usually go in like the non-conference slate, like 2 and like on like a regular year, like non-pandemic year, they'll go like 2-10 in the non-conference slate before even getting the conference play. So we got 17-10 left to go. SMU in trouble now. Pro hop inside, able to get the offensive rebound, and on the court here, Houston picks up a personal. It's by Gresham as the clock stops with 17:08. Yeah, that's totally correct. Ryan puts out he needs SMU to win the strain in Dayton's resume. That's another thing right there that can definitely help. And also thinking about it, the NEC as well, Northeastern Conference. That's one of the weaker conferences that gets like a 16 seed play-in. I think from that conference, you're looking at the Bryant Bulldogs to possibly get their first ever NCAA tournament. 17 minutes left to go inbound, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Houston, so SMU will get it back again. Warren, welcome onto the streamer, bud. Yeah, Alabama A&M 2-0. They probably have like victories against like non-Division 1 schools or so. If they're starting out 2-0. LeBron just pulled from maybe 6 feet inside a half court and made it. Wow. Big shot by LeBron. Yeah, Lakers pulling away now in that game going on against Memphis. Right baseline dribble. Houston puts it back around the perimeter. Shot fake Vanderbilt. He's going to move it over to Davis. He takes the left corner jumper. Hits it. So finally SMU's on the board. That's good for 3. If you guys new to the stream here, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you enjoy the content, I cover play-by-play basketball here on Behind Your Basketball. Houston has it, dribbles in the key. Grimes moves it back outside. Into the hands of Sasser. He's going to go for a step-back 3 up in the air. No good. Rebound by SMU underneath. Chargo gets the board. SMU takes it past half court. Into the hands of Davis, leading scorer tonight with 16. Moves it back to Chargo. Chargo able to get around one defender. Dish underneath over to his teammate. Missed the layup, no good, but he gets fouled. And Ferron Hunt will go to the free throw line, shoot 2. What's the weirdest college? Southern Oregon Bowling Green. What's the weirdest college? There, Roger puts out. Probably something like IUPUI or something, or UMKC, like these weird name schools. Something like SIU Edwardsville or Purdue Fort Wayne, because like those types of teams. Purdue Fort Wayne is another Purdue University. It's just located in Purdue Fort Wayne. I guess you can also put UMass Lowell on that list or so. Because the actual UMass system is, the big one is out in Amherst. That's the Massachusetts Minutemen. And then they also got UMass Lowell. The free throws to the line, no good. By Houston. Gets rebounded by SMU. We got a fall here in the course. The clock will stop with 16 minutes. And we're going to go to immediate timeout as well. So 16 minutes remain, second half. Thanks so much for the sub, Warren. Appreciate it, bud, for stopping on by here. Been a good game so far. Houston able to open it up, though, in the second half. Part of a 10-3 start here in the second in this one. Right now, going on to a timeout. If you guys are new, spike the thumbs up. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I cover college basketball games, play-by-play. Also NBA games here as well on Behind Your Basketball. Yeah, Drake is 12-0 this year. So Drake started from the bottom. They were projected to be the number 7 team in the Missouri Valley. And they have rose right to the top. First team to reached the 10 victory mark this year, and now at 12-0 for Drake. So they are looking good. I'm really interested to know, because last year was San Diego State. I'm interested to know who's going to be the last undefeated team this year. And Michigan, it was 2 years ago. Michigan started out, I think it was like 15-0 for Michigan. They're looking good right now. Michigan up against Northwestern, 34-24. So Michigan at 8-0. We take a look, upcoming schedule for Michigan. Looks like this. They're taking on, this is tough. Oh man, Wednesday, they take on Minnesota. That's a very difficult game. And that game's at home against Minnesota. So great matchup there. Michigan, Minnesota, Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern time. Wow. Yeah, they got their hands full this week. They're at Penn State on Saturday for Michigan. Then they got a game hosting Wisconsin next Tuesday. And then they also got at Minnesota again on Saturday the 16th. Before their schedule getting a little bit lighter, so in Maryland and Purdue. Yeah, from the Big Ten, it's gonna be. I think the Big Ten here can get like 10 tournament teams in, or so. This will all sort out by the time it's over for the season. Let's see who I got in the Big Ten, who I got out. Who I got out, even though they won against Wisconsin, was Maryland. I think that was more like a shocking victory there. But then Maryland went back to their usual selves, losing against Michigan. So who I have out of the tournament for the Big Ten is Nebraska, Penn State, and Maryland as of now. And then eventually there's going to be a team that falls out of the picture in conference play that gets beat up and banged upon. That could be Northwestern. We'll see. Right now they're at 3-1. Michigan State at 1-3. I feel like they're going to bounce back. Indiana at 1-2. They played a very difficult schedule for the Hoosiers. I think they're going to bounce back. Oh, also Purdue. So I'm looking at 4. So I got 4 teams out of the picture right now. I feel like Purdue is going to be inconsistent this year. They'll probably finish with like 1 or 2 games above 500, but they're going to be like back and forth this year. So who I have out of the Big Ten for my projections for the tournament: Purdue, Maryland, Penn State, and Nebraska. So 4 teams out currently. I have 10 bids in. And then there might be another team that gets sorted out in the shuffle that gets lost, so it could be 9. That's what I'm looking at. Probably 9 bids from the Big Ten to go in. Washington State lost their first game yesterday. That went into overtime against Arizona. Arizona can score. Road to 10K indeed, man. We're getting there eventually. We're back to action, 42-36. 16 minutes left to go here, folks. It's a good one. SMU with the basketball as they are trailing in the second half here, 10-3. At the top of the key, SMU bounce pass over left wing perimeter to the hands of Kendrick Davis. Moves it over into the hands of Chargo. Chargo backs his way now. Double teamed. Pass out to the right corner. Catch and shoot 3. They'll take it. And no good. They miss it. Off the mark. It's going to be a rebounding fall 2 from behind by SMU. So that possession did not work out in the Mustangs' favor. Houston going to have the basketball back here, as Houston has yet to score in the last 2:47. 30K in 2023, Roger puts out. Oh, sorry to hear that, Lance. Sorry to hear, man. I'm sure that there's probably streams that go on during times or so that you can see me, bud. So whenever you're around, man, we do like a good amount of streams. Feel free to check me out, bud. But sorry to hear that. Hopefully after your classes are over, you can come back. 42-36, Houston has it. So we got about 15 minutes left to go in this one. Houston pass inside underneath, no good, missed it. Offensive rebound, and SMU going to come up with a steal right from behind. Here goes the Mustangs now in transition. Davis dribbles right baseline, moves it back to his open man from the outside. They missed the 3 once again. SMU have been great from 3. If they hit those 2, they would have made it a tie game right now. Houston off the defensive miss, going to drive into the lane for Houston, lays it up in for 2. That's good by Giroux. This is as big as a game can get here for SMU. They take another jumper. That's no good. Rebound Houston. SMU really needs to start attacking here. Houston has the basketball. 14:25 left to go. Cougars move it out. Right wing perimeter. Into the hands of Grimes. Passes back out to the left wing. Giroux hands it off now. Houston has it. Dribbles. They were trying to go stop and pop jumper, but Satzer lost control of the basketball. Here to go 2-on-1 for SMU. Pro hop. Lays it up and in. Good in transition there for Ferran Hunt. 44-38. What's good, Ryan? Welcome onto the stream here, bud. Michigan looking good once again, man. Putting on a shooting clinic in the first half against Northwestern. Yeah, I heard they're pulling away in that game right now. Houston now with the ball. Michigan has just really good balance on their team. I was impressed by what I saw on New Year's Eve. As SMU will get the block, ball goes out of bounds. The last touch by Houston. It's going to be SMU basketball. So Chargo gets the block at the baseline. 43-29 now. Michigan by 14 right before halftime against Northwestern. Summit League here. I'll take a look what we got. Good question, man. Don't pay attention to a lot of the Summit League. Let's see if I bring it up here. What we got? A lot of random records out in the Summit League. Only a 6-point game currently. I'd go South Dakota State there. I think South Dakota State beat Iowa State. They're at 5-3. They haven't played a single conference game though. So I'll take South Dakota State from the Summit League. If there's another alternative to that, I'd probably go Oral Roberts to be the second team there. Oral Roberts actually took Oklahoma State down to the wire in that one. Shortest live stream. Oh, interesting question, man. I think there was a NASCAR race that they did a special live stream back in the summer. And what happened was the NASCAR race got rained out, so I started the stream. I put on the stream for like 10 minutes, and we found out the NASCAR race got rained out, so I had to stop the stream. That was when there was no sports besides NASCAR, around like June or so. 44-39 SMU, 1 for 2 that trip at the free throw line. What's good, Vaughn? Welcome to the stream. No problem, you're late, bud. Glad to have you back on the channel once again, man. Houston has it. Great game today. Cougars going to take the 3 at the top, and they hit it. Houston able to drain their threes right now, and they are starting to run away with this one in the second half, up by 12. Still a lot of time, though, with 12:45 left to go. Definitely, man. That's going to be a huge game there for Michigan. Got a great schedule coming up for games they can keep on improving to see where they definitely stand. And also got Minnesota in their next game. So that's going to be a good one to see where they stand, because Minnesota can put up a ton of points. SMU drives inside, missed it though. Too strong off the glass there by Bandamel. Rebound back to Houston. The Cougars with the basketball. They're going to dribble the length of the court, and blocking foul by SMU. Yor Ane picks up the personal. That's going to be his third of the game, and SMU will go back to the charity stripe. It's going to be Marcus Sasser shooting too. So 2 free throws here by Sasser. First one's good. At the line. If he makes this one, Houston would go up by 10 points. That would be the largest margin of the game so far here. The first time it would ever go in the double digits in this one today. And he does, so it's up by 10. So 49-39 the score. 8 ties, 8 lead changes. Now the largest lead, Houston by 10. And SMU has it approaching 12 left to go. They're just cold here in the second half. Kelvin Sampson's made a ton of adjustments, and Houston has responded. SMU dribbles the basketball, lost control of it as it goes out of bounds. Yeah, turnover's been a problem today for the Mustangs. They got 12 total turnovers right now. Can they come back? I think it's going to be tough here seeing the adjustments that Sampson's done for Houston, but we'll see. We'll see if SMU can hang in there, but they got to really start attacking the basket and not turning it over. Also getting rebounds like Houston did right there. They missed the 3. They got the offensive rebound, and they put it back up and in for 2 by Justin Gorham. So now they extended to 12. SMU with the ball. SMU is trailing here in the second half, 19-3. Part of Houston in the second half. Pass inside. SMU has it. Turnaround jumper. That's good for 2. SMU was good from the start with those. They started out well with a mid-range turnaround jumper. So if they go back to that, because Houston's been able to give them space on that, that could help them out. But got to get more shots here and got to play defense for SMU to get back into it. 11 minutes as we approach the mark remaining. Houston has it. Ball poked. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Mustangs, though. Around the perimeter by McNeil, so Houston will get it back. Nets lost by 1 point against the Wizards. Oof. I know that feeling, man. Celtics lost 2 nights ago to the Pistons. They came back and they won earlier today, though, but still it was only by 2. So right now in another timeout, 51-41 to score in this one. And Houston running away with it a little bit here. We'll see if SMU can make any adjustments. 11:04 left to go. Yeah, interesting. So Minnesota next 3 games, they got Michigan twice on the schedule. They got Iowa put in between there. So Minnesota got Michigan coming up on Wednesday. And then Minnesota takes on Iowa over on the weekend. And then they got Michigan once again on the 16th. So that's going to be a great series. Definitely telling where those two teams stand as far as where they are in the conference. Lakers and Nets for Ian as far as his NBA Finals predictions. I'm going to take Lakers and Bucks right now for mine. But we'll see how it all goes out if Milwaukee can make it past the hump. Thanks so much, Warren. Appreciate it, bud, for stopping on by and finding my stream. Definitely need some threes to get back into this one for SMU. As they've been cold from the outside and usually a good team, 4 for 16 today, and that's because of these types of games. The defense usually wins, and that's what they're up against right now. When you go with a top 15 perimeter defense of Houston taking on a top 45 3-point shooting team with SMU, it's the defense that gets the nod for this one, and once again, that's what's happened today in this game. And that also happened with Texas against Kansas back on Saturday afternoon there. Texas, a great defense guarding the perimeter, going up against Kansas, who their bread and butter is the outside shot. And if they can't hit the outside shot, then they're not really a good inside team. They're undersized for Kansas, and they just couldn't compete there in the second half because Texas just shut down their perimeter. Whereas if you're like a bigger type of team like North Carolina, Texas was able to get into a close game against North Carolina because they attack inside if you attack Texas's perimeter. And that's exactly what Villanova did. They got Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and he attacked attacked inside instead of the perimeter. Like UNC's got the two bigs in their roster, Garrison Brooks and Armando Bacot. Villanova's got Jeremiah Robinson Earl that was able to provide some great inside help in that game against Texas, and that's why it came down to the wire there. Yeah, American Conference battles for the AAC games. Defensive battles, definitely. Houston, Tulsa. Houston, this team is all defense for Houston. Same as Tulsa. Tulsa, low-key, I think, is like a top 30 defense this year. So we are back into action into this one. 51-41. Yeah, I would definitely say if you guys bet on games for American type of games here, I would definitely go with taking the under for a lot of these games, especially if Houston's involved. As SMU gets the steal in transition, that's what they're going to need. Floats it over the top, they throw it down with an alley-oop slam. There's a little bit of help right there by the Mustangs. The steal by McNeil. 10:30 left to go. Houston has the basketball. Yeah, definitely great that they decided to put that one on ESPN2. So I plan on streaming that, Vaughn. So Florida, Alabama on ESPN2 on Tuesday. So they were either going to decide Kansas State, I think it was Kansas State against Texas Tech, or a Florida versus Alabama. ESPN, finally, he made the right decision. SMU with another steal pass behind the back. They drive inside, they get fouled. SMU will go to the free throw line, shoot two with Ferron Hunt. This is getting to be a closer game now because of SMU back-to-back steals on the last two Houston possessions. And now they're able to get some fire underneath them with an alley-oop slam in transition a couple moments ago. So SMU at the free throw line shooting two. Hunt first free throw, got it. 7-point game, slowly creeping into this one. Hanging around once again by SMU. At halftime, Michigan up by 14 against Northwestern, 43-29. Second free throw coming up. By the way, over-under for this game set at 136. What we got right now, 51-44, is SMU's second free throw, got it. So, current total points is just 96 on the board right now on this one. Yeah, thank goodness ESPN made a good decision like that one. For once they did. Good thing they didn't put Kansas State on national TV. Nobody wants to see that. Top of the key three. No good off the mark by Quentin Grimes. Offensive rebound by Houston, though. They're trapped in the corner with it. And Houston's going to have to take a timeout. Great defense there by SMU to trap Houston off the offensive rebound in the corner. And the problems today on the boards for SMU. They are a -6 on the glass in this one. And they've been having quite some trouble boxing out. Going up on the glass against Houston in this game, too. Justin Gorham finds his way with 12 rebounds in this one for Houston. Houston, their leading scorer, happens to be Marcus Sasser, he's got 10, the only one in double figures so far. Leading scorer for SMU, that is Kendrick Davis. He's got himself 16 points for Ron Hunt with 10. He's also got 10 rebounds. Right now in the timeout, if you guys are new on the stream, spike the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, everybody. Hit me up in the chat who you guys got in this one, Houston or SMU if you guys are new. Let's go, everybody. Happy 2021 out to each and every single one of you to wrap up your Sunday night. Tomorrow night, one stream should be a good one. Oklahoma State taking on West Virginia. I'll tell you guys this. I'm going to predict Oklahoma State in the upset for that game. Oklahoma State came off a great victory yesterday over Texas Tech. And they won against them in overtime. West Virginia, they're falling apart. One of their starters, Oscar Tshiebwe, he decided to step away from the program due to personal reasons. So that's a major loss there. The leading scorer, leading rebounder from last season, and he has struggled quite a bit this season, but still he was a starter for West Virginia. 51-45. SMU with a big block underneath there, but there's contact in the foul. Actually, no foul. They're going to say it's a goaltend. So the block came in late. It was over the cylinder, the ref say. So that's going to be a goaltend there. That's why the ref stopped play. I don't know about that. That's well to the right of the back. Wow. I don't agree with that one. If you guys saw the replay, that was to the bottom right corner of the backboard. I don't know how in the world they call that goaltending. SMU, though. Oh, nice job right there attacking the lane, and that's good for the layup for 2. Kendrick Davis keeps on adding to his point total. Hits just under his average now with 18. 9 minutes left to go, 6-point game. Houston now with the basketball. Hey, have a nice night, Roger. Appreciate it, man, for stopping by. Houston no good off the mark. Tipped out of bounds, though, by SMU. By Yornay at the baseline. So Houston going to have it back. That's exactly what SMU has to do in this game, though. Struggling from 3 where they're 4 for 16. What you need to do on a 1-on-1 is attack Houston's defense, and they got the opportunity there. Pass inside over to Houston. SMU commits another personal there, and that's going to be their 4th foul of the second half. 13th total team foul here by SMU, and their big man, Yornay. He's a former Oklahoma State Cowboy transfer. He is in foul trouble right now. Picked up his 4th personal. So that is not what you want to happen there, because Yornay, 6'10" on the roster. He has got size. And the only other player with size here for SMU is Isaiah Jacey at 6'10", and then Ethan Chargo is 6'9". Houston jumper, no good. Rebound back to SMU. 8:40 left to go. SMU trying to get right back into it. 2-possession game. Left baseline dribble. Underneath as they have it. Floats it over to Chargo. Inside the paint. Lost control of the basketball. Houston has it right back. Drives inside, and once again, that's going to be a personal picked up by SMU. As Houston going to go back to the charity stripe. Welcome in, CF. 53-47 the scores. SMU just picked up their 5th personal. Inbound by Houston. 5 personal fouls by Houston. Houston deep 3. Not a good shot selection at all there. Hit the rim short. SMU has it. 3-on-2. Drives into the lane. Gets the layup, the fall. That's good there by Kendrick Davis. He is taking over this game right now. 20 points. 7 for 8 shooting. 2 for 2 from the perimeter. 4 for 5 at the free throw line, along with 6 rebounds and 4 assists as well. Part of a 10-2 SMU run. They are heating up right now after a rough start to the second half. Houston basketball back. 4-point game. 7:50 left to go. Very well in this one. Quentin Grimes dribbles now at the left wing. The pick gets set. Moves it out to Sasser. Sasser has it here. He dribbles. Drives inside. Too high off the glass. Offensive rebound. Houston puts it up off the side of the rim. No good. But another foul. 6th personal the second half here by SMU as they pick it up here with McNeil this time. He gets assessed the personal. Yeah, we got to take a look at this foul situation for SMU because right now it's quite a bit of players in foul trouble off the bench. Yornay with 4 personals. 2 personal fouls picked up in this game by Isaiah Jacey. Kendrick Davis with 2. 2 personals as well by Smith the 4th. And then McNeil just picked up his 3rd personal. Raven here liking SMU to turn the dial up. Warren right here going out for SMU in this one. So right now on the timeout, folks, out in this game. Great game, 53-49. What's good, Colin? Welcome on the stream. No problem that you're late, bud. Glad to have you on here once again, man. This is a low-key matchup between these two teams going on. As far as this one, everybody's sleeping on SMU here in a 6-0. First quality game of the season, holding their own here, only down by 4 at home against Houston on this timeout. Connor's Bar, welcome on the stream. He's gonna need the over 135 out in this one. That might be tough for this game today, 53-49, unless it goes into overtime. Right now, the total is 102, and we got 7:39 left to go, and this has been a defensive type of game here. Yeah, I would say if you guys do sports betting, anything related to Houston, I would definitely take the under on those games, especially with Houston in it, because Houston's a top 15 defense this year. And once again, this game looks like it's going to hit the under, unless it goes into overtime. Michigan leading Northwestern now as they start off the second half by 14. Michigan up 45-31. It's the only other game going on. Welcome in, Aaron. Glad to have you on the stream. Not sure yet about the NFL playoffs, but just make sure the notification bell is rung, so if you guys are interested, I have to see the schedule and then compare it to what I have for the week as far as what I plan on doing throughout the week. Yeah, it's interesting. They haven't released any of the college basketball games in the schedule for this upcoming week as far as who's taking what, like ESPN, if they're taking any games, because they have to wait for the NFL playoff, like that schedule to be released. So we'll know that within the next couple of days. But, yeah, they haven't released any Saturday schedule yet for college basketball. Sunday is Providence versus Xavier, so they haven't even released a time for that, but hopefully, because that's my team, Providence, I plan on covering that Providence versus Xavier game. Interesting matchup indeed out in this one here for this one. You got a top 15 defense in defending the perimeter going up against an SMU perimeter offense that's like top 45, I believe, heading into this matchup. The offense from the outside for SMU hasn't clicked, so how they've been able to come back in this one? Taking it into the lane on one-on-one matchups, and that's been the key. Houston's been able to throw out double teams quite a bit in this one in that first half, but now they've been getting favorable matchups for SMU on one-on-ones, and that's how they've been able to take it into the lane. Points off of turnovers. They had a 2-on-1 in their last possession, and Kendrick Davis, he has ripped apart the Houston defense, scoring 20. So 7:39 left to go. Great game here. If you guys are new, spike the thumbs up. And that like helps out this video a ton on YouTube. Hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you'd like to be notified about future play-by-play live streams. So we are back to action here. Houston got fouled. They're at the free throw line. Shooting 2. First one's up. That one's good by Justin Gorham. He's having himself a game here. Double-double. 11 points. 14 rebounds by Gorham. And Houston, king of the boards, out in this one for the Cougars. Houston rebounding here as we take a look at it, as they are a +8 on the boards, 34-26. 7:25 left to go, 55-49. SMU has it. At the right wing, double team. Got to get that off. They do at the top of the key. Now they're going to take it into the lane. As no good. On the layup, Ferron Hunt tried to force it up right there. Great defense to swarm the interior by Houston. Pass inside underneath. Houston moves it back outside. Top of the key into the hands of Giroux. He's going to set it up with 7 minutes left to go. Dejan Giroux gives it off now to Sasser. Back outside to Giroux. Has it at the left wing. He's guarded by one man. His that is McNeil. Moves it back out to the right wing. Right baseline dribble. Quentin Grimes. Pro hop. Puts it up. Big block right there by SMU. As they're going to get the basketball in transition. Floats it up, no good. Tipped up in the air. Offensive rebound. Puts it up, and that should be good. Goaltending by Houston. They count the bucket by SMU. 55-51. Major block right there by Ferron Hunt. SMU is a team in this game, by the way. They've got themselves 8 total blocks. Ferron Hunt got 3 of those today. And also, Yor Ane, he's got 1 block today. He was a top 5 shot blocking player last year in the Big 12 when he played for Oklahoma State. 4-point game, 6.5 left to go. Houston has it. As they will drive inside with the right hand. That's no good. They were looking for a goaltend. Couldn't get it. Offensive rebound, though. Houston, right place, right time. Second chance, puts it up. That's good for 2 by Reggie Chaney. SMU, man, yeah, they came back in this one. 6-point game now, only 2 possessions. Spin move SMU. They have it into the key. Floats it up, no good. Hit the front rim. Rebound Houston. Houston, king of the boards out in this game, as they are +8 still on the rebounds. 36-28 in their favor. Under 6 minutes left to go. Houston with the basketball. Dribbles. Floats it up mid-range. That's good for 2. Sasser hits it, and Houston by 8. 5:45 left to go. Mustangs with the ball. Going to dribble towards their bench, and they'll take a timeout now. So SMU down to 1 timeout remaining. 6 fouls total that they've committed. Houston with 5 total fouls. And 2 timeouts left to go by the Cougars. We got 5:43 left to go as SMU get the ball here right after their timeout. So once again, we're on a timeout here, folks. Yeah, Minnesota looking good, bud. Minnesota, great victory today over Ohio State. 77-60 the final. Scoreboard update here. Michigan taking on Northwestern. Michigan exploding, leading by 17, 56-36. In the NFL now, Washington football team, if they win, they're in. They're taking on the Eagles. Touchdown Washington, just tacked on a field goal just a moment ago. They lead at 10-0 Washington football team at Philly with about 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter. In the NBA, we'll take a look at the scoreboard update here. Wizards, winners over the Nets. Shocker there, 123-122 the final. Lakers, winners over the Grizzlies, 108-94. LeBron at 22 points, 13 rebounds, 8 assists. Celtics by 2, 122-120 over the Pistons today. T-Wolves came back, so great day for Minnesota sports. Minnesota Timberwolves up against the Nuggets now, 86-85. Denver Nuggets last in the Western Conference, out to a 1-4 start this year. Slow start, but they made a deep run to the playoffs, so I bet that they're going to be stronger and stronger this season. And Bulls up against the Mavericks, 47-42. We're back to action. SMU off the inbound, turns it over. Houston with a steal, and that's a crucial turnover by SMU. Leads it to a transitional layup there by Houston. SMU inside with the basketball. Missed it. Rebound Houston. Houston controlling the boards here in this game. By 10 for the Cougars. 5:15 left to go. Houston just scored in a hurry. 5:10 remaining now. Houston going to set it up at the left wing perimeter. It's into the hands of Giroux. Moves it back outside to Sasser. Puts it now left baseline. Double team there. That is Chaney. Puts it back outside once again to the top of the key. Giroux drives, floats it up, and Dejan Giroux able to find that to the bucket. That's good for 2. So Houston getting on a run, an 8-zip run in the last 2 minutes. SMU inside with the ball, and that will be a whistle foul picked up. Houston picks up the personal, first one today by Justin Gorman as the clock stops at 4:46. Yep, Michigan looking good today as well. And Houston taking control out of this one here. SMU needs to hit a big-time shot. 4:46 left to go here, folks. Dejan Giroux, 11.7 rebounds, 5 assists for the Cougars. If you guys are new to the stream, spike the thumbs up. Hit that like, helps out a ton. Hit the subscribe if you guys would like to join me back for future live streams. Tomorrow night, we're going West Virginia versus Oklahoma State as SMU gets the 3 off the inbound. Ethan Chargot sinks it. Big triple. 9-point game. That was a huge shot right there for the Mustangs. 4:20 left to go. Houston has it back. Moves it out to the left wing. Back out to the top of the key to Sasser. Guarded by Chargo. Giroux puts the ball back into the hands of Sasser. 4:10 left to go. Moves it out. Quentin Grimes dribbles at the right wing. Back outside of Sasser. They're chewing down clock here with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Sasser drives inside. Missed the layup. Tipped up. Rebound. Defensive rebound. Here goes to SMU. They got numbers. SMU pass left baseline. Drives inside and able to fall. That goes in for 2 there. And that is, execution-wise, a good one by SMU. Urgency is needed right now with under 4 left to go. What's good, Ethan? Appreciate the bud for stopping them by once again, man. Hope all is going well. Welcome in once again. 3:40 left to go here. SMU trailing by 7. Houston basketball. Houston dribbles free throw circle. Jumper. They take it with Giroux. No good. Offensive rebound. Underneath, Houston puts it up. Rolls around the rim and finds its way into the net. That's good for 2 more by the Cougars. They are king of the boards out in this game for Houston. And they are out-rebounding SMU by 8 once again. 38-30. And the offensive rebound's been the key. 17-9 in favor of Houston out in this one. 3:10 left to go. SMU has it. Drives inside. Missed the layup. Offensive rebounds. As we have a whistle and a personal foul before the offensive putback here. It's by Sasser as the clock will stop. There's going to be a media timeout too it goes to. So timeout taken on the court. 3:08 remaining out in this one. SMU trailing by 9. Yep, big Patriots win today, brother Ethan. Streams tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be one stream at 9 o'clock Eastern, West Virginia, Oklahoma State. And then I think it's going to be on Tuesday, I think it's going to be Alabama against Florida. And then Michigan State versus Michigan State versus Rutgers. So that's what I plan on doing on Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be the Celtics game. They take on Miami. That game's over on ESPN, so I get to cover that one since they're on national, which is good. And, yep, Patriots won today. Love the trick play. And I think this is going to be it for Cam Newton, it looks like, per reports, but a good way to send him out. Yep, Providence plays Xavier next Sunday. I hope to cover that one, Vegas. I don't know what time the game is, though, so hopefully I'll be able to cover Providence Xavier then, man. That should be a great matchup. Very good matchup. Definitely West Virginia, Oklahoma State. That should be a great game. I'm actually going to take Oklahoma State in the upset for that game. West Virginia at number 9 right now. They're going to fall out of the top 10. And West Virginia, one of the key pieces to their team, they just lost from the roster, is that their big man, Oscar Tshiebwe, he stepping down from the team due to personal reasons for West Virginia. So that has opened up the door here. And in the Big 12, so they're gonna have to find it out fast without Oscar Tshiebwe. That should be a great game there, Ethan. Definitely, man. Tennessee versus Arkansas. They play the same time as the Celtics game. I'm gonna take the Celtics game though on Wednesday to see my team play. What's good, Nick? Welcome to the stream. We have 3 minutes and 8 seconds left to go. So 3:08 left to go on the clock here in the timeout. Been a very good game today in this one. Houston, second chance points, and that has been a big reason why they're up in this one by 9. Able to get on quite a bit of a run. Second chance points has resulted in 18 of those by Houston in today's game. Houston has forced 15 total turnovers as well. SMU, though, on the fast break, that's where they've gone to. They've got 21 of their points. 38% of their points today have been on the fast break for SMU in this game. And just as far as Houston, why they're up in this one is that they are rolling the rebounds and they are forcing turnovers as well. And SMU's had trouble today turning over the basketball tonight, as that has been a problem. 14 total turnovers, and it's resulted in 8 total steals from Houston. Got some money on the point spread here. Nick hopes that Houston stays up out in this one. So, Houston by 9 currently. We have 3:08 left to go. We're going to take a look at the over-under for you guys in just a minute here. I told you guys to take the under. So, let's see if that is going to be still looking good right now. 65-56. Yeah, under is still looking good. 121 is the total right now. And the over-under is set for this game at 136, so just 15 points is needed here. It could be close, but still going to stick with the under right now. 3 minutes left to go. Free throw is good, so it's 122 for the over-under. 65-57. Under 3 minutes left to go. Houston with the basketball. Yeah, Houston's going to slow down clock, too, since they're up by 8. So they're going to let that shot clock wind down. Houston has it. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Moves out to Grimes. Takes the three-point shot. No good off the mark. Tipped up in the air. Fight for the rebound. It's on the ground. And Houston going to come up with another offensive rebound. 18 offensive rebounds for the Cougars. And they're going to set it up once again with a whole new shot clock. Shot clock down to 12 now. 2:30 left to go. They'll take a 3 straight away. And they bang it. That's good for Houston. Marcus Sasser. That could have been right there, the exclamation point out of this one tonight. Houston by 11, 2:20 left to go. SMU ball here, right baseline. As they go inside, that's going to be a blocking fall, though, from behind. Do you think Gonzaga's going to lose a game this year? I think they're going to run the table, honestly, Ethan. I have them winning as national champions. I think very well they can go undefeated this year because what they did in non-conference play. Yesterday, that game was close in the first half against San Francisco. They played 20 good minutes of college basketball, and then just, man, Gonzaga just opened it up and just destroyed them in the second half. That was a big three by Houston to possibly seal the deal today. 2:16 left to go. First free throw, no good. Missed that one by SMU. That hurts right there by SMU. They're struggling at the free throw line in this game today by SMU. Second free throw, missed that one. They're 8 for 15 today at the free throw line. 0 for 2 that trip. That hurts. They could have put it back to single digits and could have been a 3-possession game. Instead, it's 4. Houston with 2 minutes left to go. Do I get Texas as a Final Four contender? Yes. I got Final Four contenders right now. I got Gonzaga, Baylor, Texas, and Wisconsin. 3-point shot. Houston missed it. Rebound by SMU with 1:55 left to go. SMU bounce pass. Left baseline, backs their way, spin move. Chargo inside the paint, puts it up, it gets blocked. Second one gets blocked. Houston with 2 blocks in that possession and able to get the steal as well. Here goes the Cougars. 1:40 left to go, and they're going to keep on taking time off the clock right here. Thanks so much, Ethan, for stopping on by, bud. Appreciate it, man, and I'll see you on the next stream, bud. Definitely a great Patriots win to close it out. Hopefully they'll be able to put together the pieces in the offseason. Looking at a wide receiver there for the Patriots. Definitely need to draft one. I feel like in the first round, an explosive wide receiver. And then, of course, the quarterback situation, they'll have to figure out in the in the offseason where they go. If they're going to go for, like, Matthew Stafford, which I'm hoping is Matthew Stafford. Or, like, Jimmy Garoppolo is another option. There's other options, too, they put out, like Mitch Trubisky, but just not feeling that. First free throw, good by Houston. Houston able to hit their free throws. That one good by Dejan Jarrell. So the Cougars today at the free throw line, 13 for 16. And yeah, SMU has struggled. They are 8 for 15 today at the charity stripe. If you go 53%, make 53% of your free throws, that's not going to cut it against a nationally ranked opponent here of Houston. Second one's good by the Cougars. So they have just exploded here in the past couple moments. And for SMU, this was their chance. As they are down now by 13, they have the basketball around the perimeter. This was their chance in a high-quality game. This is the highest opponent you will get until your fate gets determined on Selection Sunday. And there's no higher opponent than this than Houston on your schedule for the rest of the season. 3-point shot, no good by SMU, and that's been the struggle today. And Houston has been able to defend the perimeter. And that's the one big thing they have been able to do all this season, all last season, and all of the season prior. Thanks so much, Ethan, for stopping by, and have a nice night, man. Houston indeed coming in the clutch right now. Nick out in this one. They got Rutgers as an Elite 8 contender right now. It's close currently. Right now, I have them in the Sweet 16. It's hard to find Elite 8 teams currently here. 58 seconds left to go. 70-57 to score. SMU gets the bucket. So that's good. So timeout taken us. That's a big 3-point shot. So now it's 130 on the over-under. So the total here is 130 with 58 seconds left to go. The over-under needed, that would be 136. So just 6 more points. I had said take the under. I'm interested to see what happens here as far as this goes. Because it could go to the over possibly now if Houston is able to hit their free throws. So it's 130 over-under with 58 seconds left to go. Nick's got one with Houston. It's paying off. Yeah, I actually predicted SMU in this game here due to Houston losing a key player today into this game. But Houston here, Kelvin Sampson is such an underrated head coach, and he's great. This team, they can bounce back after a loss like no problem, and they are such a deep team for Houston, and it shows. I think they're gonna go to the Elite 8 for Houston. I've got them here. They got 3 players in double figures today. They got 8 separate players who have scored in this game for Houston. And then they also got Justin Gorham, who's got 17 rebounds. Not sure if that's a career high, but I bank that it would be there for Justin Gorham in this game for his career high for rebounds. He was coming into this game with 7.5 rebounds. He got 17 today. 17 points by Marcus Sasser. So 58 seconds left to go. Houston will get the inbounds. They do. Double team by SMU. SMU not going to foul. And the ball goes out of bounds. Turnover by Houston. So 54 seconds left to go. SMU will get it back as Quentin Grimes was double teamed and trying to pass it off, and he turned it over. So there's 6 seconds that just went off the clock, so SMU will have it back. Yeah, definitely, man. Just one talk with the right coach and you're set. Houston lost by 1 against Tulsa their last game, and they've got some great wins this year without some of their key players. Deep 3 by SMU. Off the mark, Houston comes up with a rebound, and SMU going to pick up a foul with 44 seconds. So Houston going to go to the free throw line here. Shoot 2 coming up. Houston has been great at the line today. 14 for 17. It's going to be Quentin Grimes shooting 2. Over-under right now, it's 136 for the total. And this game's at 130 right now. So just 6 points to hit that over-under mark where it is. We'll see what it goes for in this one. Hit me up if you guys took the over. Hit me up if you guys took the under out in this one. It's all going to depend on free throws. Late in this game, we got 44 seconds to determine that. Houston shooting 2 at the line. First one's good by Quentin Grimes. Also, yeah, by now, Houston in the bonus, SMU in the bonus too. So both of these teams have 8 personal fouls. Second free throw, and Quentin Grimes knocks them both down. 44 seconds remaining. How do you think Texas would do against Gonzaga? I think that would be a great game, man. I'm still going to take Gonzaga there, but because Gonzaga can go inside too. Houston gets the block. SMU not going to fall until 33.5 seconds is on the clock. So back to the free throw line will be Houston. They fall when they're down by 12, and this game's already set right now. Yeah, I think that could be a really tight game. I think Texas could be a good matchup for Gonzaga if Gonzaga takes 3-point shots. I think because that's where Texas can defend really well is the perimeter. As far as where Texas has struggled more is inside. That's where Villanova's game was when they took on Texas. How they were able to adjust and go inside using Jeremiah Robinson Earl. So both of those free throws go down. I think they could give them a good matchup though. Or 74 to 60. So both of the free throws go down. SMU with the ball, they turn it over. Houston gets the steal, and SMU not gonna try to pick up a foul here. So it looks like the under is gonna get the W here in a tight one. 136 was set on the line. And Houston with 10 seconds left to go. SMU will not fall here as Houston will go on the road, pick up a W at SMU as this game has gone final. 74 Houston, 60 SMU in this game. It was close throughout most of it in this one until Houston broke out starting off of the second half. SMU came back, made it close, and then final 4 minutes or so, Houston once again breaking out in this one, and SMU ended this game on a cold streak here as they missed they only made 1 out of their last 7 shots from the floor by SMU, and Houston here did not score a single point, or did not score a single shot, by the way. They did not make a single shot in the last 2.5 minutes. Yet, once again, same with that game against Texas Tech. They did all that damage at the free throw line, and that's how they went 17 for 20 today at the charity stripe, getting themselves the victory. So Houston, king of the boards in this one, out-rebounding SMU by 13, 45 to 32. Offensive rebounds, second chance points in a big way. Houston had 18 offensive rebounds to SMU's 10. And leading scorer today, Marcus Sasser with 17, Dejan Jarreau with 15. 4 players double figures for Houston. They had a player that had 19 rebounds, by the way, for Houston. Justin Gorham finished with a double-double, 11 points, 19 rebounds. Absolutely insane in this game for him. For SMU, it was basically one player who was keeping his team in the game. It was Kendrick Davis, who had 23. He went 8 for 12 today from the floor, but he did have 2 other starters here with him. Ferron Hunt, he had 12 points. Ethan Chargot had 10 in this one. But that's a wrap here, folks. Out to the stream. Appreciate it all for stopping them by. And thank you guys so much for being a part here. Before you sign off, spike the thumbs up. hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell as well if you like to be notified for future live streams. What's good, Brayton? Welcome onto the stream here, brother. Before I sign off, I'd like to thank my members out on the stream here for supporting my channel here. We got Jack, Jason, the sports expert, for my channel members out here. If anybody's interested, we got channel shoutouts for $1.99 per month here for special shoutouts for you guys, for my members. That's this slide. And then also for $4.99 per month, they have special live streams if you want to support those. I cover at least once per month a special live stream, a non-basketball related sport, like I covered the NFL last week. So a special live stream could be like an NFL game, or maybe like a NASCAR race or Major League Baseball game or so. So that's something pretty cool that I was able to throw in there as well. So thank you guys so much for supporting my stream. I'll be back tomorrow. West Virginia taking on Oklahoma State, 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. Should be a good one, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, everyone, on Behind the Arc Basketball.